politics. And I think as the South African Communist Party, we've campaigned very hard from inside of the alliance to deal. In fact, we were the first party to develop the concept of state capture. And the terrible period that we've been through. And I think as the Communist Party, we are very proud of the contribution we've made with many others, including journalists, by the way, in bringing about this moment where we have a new president who's clearly committed himself to fighting corporate capture of the state, to dealing with corruption in the state, but not just dealing negatively with actually also mapping a way forward and reuniting South Africa.
You happy?
I'm very happy. Obviously, there are many challenges that lie ahead, and I think that the President has outlined some of those challenges. But we're extremely pleased with what has happened over the last few days.
All right. Mr. Cronin, thank you very much. That was Jeremy Cronin talking to us in his capacity as a member of the SACP's Political Bureau. Let me now cross you back to my colleague standing on the other side of me, Umanelisi Dubase.
Thank you very much. We are now with the leader of the PAC, Mr. Mbinda. Mr. Mbinda, a speech that covered quite a wide range of issues. What was your take after all?
Yeah, I must say he covered quite a lot, and I'm not sure if he will be able to walk the talk because, you know, he is coming from a rot system, because the entire system of the ruling party is corrupt and it is rot. Let's hope that he will walk the talk. And if you listen more especially to the issue of land, I must say I'm not happy when he is talking about revitalization of agriculture and make land available, and is talking about redistribution of land. But the problem that we have as PAC is that how do you redistribute land if you have not dealt with Section 25 of the Constitution? Because that property clause, Section 25, is actually protecting the interest of those that are in control of the wealth. He dealt with education, but now we do not want segregation, because it's just talking about first years that will be getting, you know, free tertiary education for those families that are earning about 350,000. I mean, what do you do now after you have completed your first year? Are we not going to be faced with the same situation? This is not what we want when we talk free education. We mean free education from primary to tertiary level. And then we also expect at least those that are postgraduates at least to be given in-service training, more especially in the South African National Defence Force, because there are so many departments there when they can be, you know, exposed or given some technical expertise. In dealing with the state-owned enterprise, there was more emphasis, more especially on corruption. And if really he will walk the talk, I must say those that were, you know, stealing, more especially the cabinet, I feel very sorry for the cabinet ministers, even for the board members. But I don't know how he is going to deal with the policy direction, because before you change delegation of authorities and tell board members not to be involved in procurement, there are delegations of authorities, there is Public Finance Management Act. I don't know, I mean, that is why I'm saying there was quite a lot of rhetoric which will be very, very difficult for him to implement, even if you look at the people that are surrounding him, because he will not do that alone. But when you listen to him speaking, you could say that most of the issues are really coming from the bottom of his heart. But the problem now will be the implementation of some of these issues that he is saying, looking at the policy direction, because without changing the social system, the policy direction of the ruling party, there is no way that he will be able to effectively implement what he is promising the nation. I was happy when he spoke about, addressing unemployment, involving youth, because what is important in his speech was more about the summits, because he had deadlines. He will be having quite a lot of summits in dealing with some of the issues that are facing people, and I would say at least that one is a first step in the right direction, because people need to converge. They need to talk about what they need to do and what they want to achieve. But to be honest with you, I don't have any hope, and I don't even think South Africans must have hope in what he is saying.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mbinda of the PAC. We are now joined by General Bantu Holomisa, the leader of the UDM. General, you have always been talking about economic CODESA. The president talks about job summit. Your take on that?
Well, we welcome the statement of intent by President Cyril Ramaphosa. There is no doubt that he listened to what I was saying to him yesterday, wherein I said there is a need for the government to consult the people of South Africa and that they must not work alone. However, this long list which he has tabled today will depend on the attitude of his administration, meaning the DGs and the departments as well as the cabinet which he will be working with. There's a lot of things he has narrated which would need a thorough program of implementation. People are sick and tired of the ANC's empty promises of the past, and I hope that we are not going back to the same thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, General Bantu Holomisa. And now I will go back to my colleague, Bulelani Philip.
Steps of Parliament. I've got two guests with me. Firstly is the leader of the IFP, Chief Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who's going to be speaking to us, about the State of the Nation address. Your take, are you happy with the direction planned out?
I think that the President himself summed up what his message to us when he said this is the era of renewal, of change, renewal and hope. I think that sums up what he said. Because in all the years I've been here, we have had very erudite and very good speeches by our heads of state. But I think I admire the President for unpacking exactly what he's going to do. And then he threw the ball at all of us, whether one is ANC, whether one is IFP, whether one is EFF, whether one is DA. He threw the ball at all of us by saying that he's challenging each one of us to cooperate and forget everything, because our country has really been in a mess. And of course we know that this country has been sunk by corruption. And he went back, to that theme over and over again and stated exactly what he wants to do to eradicate it.
All right, thank you.